What if I told you the Kansas City Chiefs are quietly setting up a move that could change everything we thought we knew about this dynasty? Not a rumor, not a throwaway headline, something that's been building right under our noses while everyone else was looking in the wrong direction. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what I see. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Let's rewind for just a second. The 2025 season did not go exactly how Kansas City planned. They faced real adversity, real questions, and real doubt from people who had spent years writing them off, but could never quite finish the job. And yet here we are, late March 2026, and the Chiefs are already 3 steps ahead of every conversation happening on sports television right now. That's what this organization does. That is the Andy Reid and Brett Veach formula. They do not react to the moment, they manufacture the next one. Now here's where it gets interesting. Everyone in the offseason conversation is focused on the obvious stuff. Receiver depth, defensive secondary upgrades, maybe a running back addition. Those are the visible chess pieces. But the Chiefs have never won in the obvious lane. They win in the space between what's being discussed and what's actually happening behind closed doors in Kansas City. Think about the Patrick Mahomes situation for a second. Not his contract, not his arm, his situation. The architecture around him is quietly shifting. The weapons conversation has dominated headlines, but what people are sleeping on is the schematic flexibility this team is building right now. When you have a quarterback like Mahomes, you do not just throw talent at him and hope for the best. You build systems within systems, and that is precisely what the signals are pointing toward this offseason. Here's the move nobody is talking about. The Chiefs are positioning themselves to make an acquisition on the defensive side of the ball that would fundamentally alter the identity of this team going forward. Not a flashy offensive signing to generate buzz, a quiet, calculated, foundational defensive investment that transforms Kansas City from a team that scores its way out of trouble into something genuinely terrifying on both sides of the football. Think about what that means in playoff football. When you already have the best quarterback in the game and you suddenly build a defense that can take over a game independently, you become essentially unbeatable in January. That is the blueprint. That is what's coming. And here's the psychology behind why nobody saw this coming. We have all been conditioned to watch the Chiefs through an offensive lens. Mahomes makes a play, Travis Kelce creates a moment, the offense bails the team out. That narrative has been so dominant for so long that we completely stopped scrutinizing what they're building defensively. That's not an accident. Organizations as sophisticated as Kansas City absolutely understand the narrative environment around them. The misdirection is part of the strategy. Look at the salary cap situation. The Chiefs have been methodical, sometimes painfully methodical, about creating flexibility in specific areas. And when you trace where that flexibility actually exists heading into this period, it points unmistakably toward a significant defensive investment. We are talking about a player, potentially a pass rusher, potentially a cornerback of genuine elite caliber coming to Kansas City in a deal that restructures the entire conversation about this team's ceiling. Now let me give you the emotional reality of this for a second, because this matters. Chiefs Kingdom has been through a wild ride. The dynasty is real, the rings are real, but so is the fatigue that comes with constantly being the target. Every team, every coordinator, every front office in the NFL has spent years specifically designing plans to slow Kansas City down. The Chiefs know this, and their response is not to simply keep doing what they've been doing. Their response is to evolve into something the league has not actually had to prepare for yet. A defensive powerhouse with Patrick Mahomes still under center. That's the nightmare scenario for the rest of the AFC. That's what's being quietly constructed right now. Here's what I want you to pay attention to over the next few weeks. Watch the names that start getting connected to Kansas City in even the most casual, passing ways. Watch the quiet meetings. Watch the contract restructures that create space where there didn't appear to be any. The Chiefs are not going to announce this with a press conference full of fanfare. They never do. You'll blink and it will already be done. And when it happens, everyone is going to act shocked. Everyone is going to say they did not see it coming. But you're watching this video right now, so you'll already know. That's the advantage of actually paying attention to what's happening beneath the surface of the obvious narrative. The broader point here is something that applies to how we understand sports dynasties in general. The teams that sustain excellence over long periods are not the ones reacting to what just happened. They're the ones 2 or 3 moves ahead, operating on a timeline nobody else can see clearly. The Patriots did it for 2 decades. The Chiefs have done it for the better part of a decade now. And the pattern always looks the same from the outside. Quiet, then sudden, then inevitable in hindsight. That's exactly where we are right now. The quiet phase is almost over. So here's where I'll leave you. The Chiefs are not rebuilding. They are not declining. They are not standing still waiting for the rest of the league to catch up. They are engineering the next version of themselves in real time, and the rest of the NFL has absolutely no idea how to respond to what's coming. The move nobody saw coming is already in motion. You just got a front row seat to it. Drop your predictions in the comments right now. Tell me who you think Kansas City targets and why. And if you want more of this kind of real breakdown, make sure you're subscribed because this offseason is just getting started.